That should be live. It's probably live. Just read. An earbud cup, I think. It's not even that loud on the stream, I don't think. It's just really, really loud for me because that's how things are. But cool. We're going to be doing that one Sonic game people really like. Yeah, hi Kyle. Yeah, so hopefully the stream will be good. We're just gonna be playing Mania from the start as Sonic. Probably getting all the emeralds and stuff because this is like the one Sonic game I can do that consistently in. No particular reason to play Mania or anything. We're not doing Encore mode. It's literally nothing special. I just wanted to play Mania, and I need to get a stream done for the week, and I was like, hey, kill two birds with one stone. We'll just do it all at the same time, so... I don't think I've actually played traditional Mania as Sonic on the channel yet. I know I did Mania Plus as Sonic, or Encore mode, which is Mania Plus still. But this is just regular old Sonic Mania with the plus DLC stuff added to it, obviously, but that's only slightly different, really. Mason or Kyle, one of you can throw a link in my Discord. That would be handy. But yeah, we're just playing Sonic Mania because I really fucking like Sonic Mania, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I spam the drop dash too much. But yeah, this is still like the Sonic game I've been going back to play the most lately. I swear, I just have nothing but fun playing it. This is the PC version because I don't know why not. It's the version that I currently like playing the most because it looks slightly nicer. Although I'm not running it in full screen, I have it like in a window with the border shut off, and I have that running at 1080p because whenever you have the game running at actual full screen, it's like blurry for no reason. So that's kind of irksome. I hate falling down there. Like, link to this stream. Like, throw it in the Discord. Unless Mason already did it, because he tends to do that. But just in case you didn't, one of you do it. But yeah, we're probably going to get all Chaos Emeralds, because, again, this is like the Sonic game I can actually do that in. And also, let me know how the audio sounds. It should be balanced fine, but, like, I didn't do an audio test before, because I didn't. I don't know. So yeah, this is going to be one of the few times in any of the Sonic games where I very explicitly go for the emeralds. Like even in like the advanced games, I'm probably not going to because I hate getting the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic Advance. But yeah, this will be a fun one. Hey Sawyer, how you doing tonight? But yeah, and then tomorrow I get to start doing start working on the next LyingTuna episode and maybe go get Smash Brothers at midnight. Although, I don't know if Tears Life has checked back with them or not, but our local GameStop, because Tears is an IRL friend of mine, they aren't doing a midnight release for Smash apparently, which would be very depressing because I absolutely intend to get that game at midnight. But if I can't, then I can't. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I could just go to Walmart and get it at midnight and still be able to stream it, but I already started paying for it at GameStop, and was gonna get it at work, but I'll probably call them tomorrow and see. I didn't even like pay it off yet. It still only has $5 down on it. I really hope it comes out at midnight because I really want to stream that at midnight, and I just am very excited to play it. I love murdering him with invincibility. This boss is such a joke. So yeah, we're gonna be spamming the drop dash way too much throughout this whole thing. Starting next week, or either next week or the week after, we're going to start doing more modding stuff, like playing Mania mods and stuff. If you want to recommend a mod, or fan game, or any kind of Sonic stream, the Discord has a thing for it where I'm actually keeping a log of all the recommendations. Because I actually do get a fair amount of requests as far as what to do for Sonic. So, I want to get to what everyone wants to see, because I'll run out of Sonic content otherwise. Bear in mind that I've never even beaten Mania on PC, because I've only had the PC version very briefly. Well, yeah, we'll still get the game for launch. If I can't stream Smash Ultimate, like tomorrow at midnight, it will be streamed, just after work. Because Tears Life and I are going to be co-streaming that. It'll be up over on his Twitch and on my YouTube. The streams might split off at some point and become their own thing But for the most part, it's going to be us playing, just goofing off and having a good time. I might show the single player off as well, but I haven't decided yet. I could have gotten another special stage in this level. I probably should have, actually. But, I forgot to. Oops. If you're wondering why I'm putting in such little care as far as getting hit, I just want the boss to be over. This boss fight's super easy to just spam your way through. There's no real reason not to just damage boost them. I do like the fact that the game does physically shove you over if you're over the bottomless pit. I always thought that was funny. I think this might now be the 2D Sonic game I've beaten the most times, which is kind of ridiculous. But, like, I play Mania all the goddamn time. It's like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm good to just sit down and play Mania, you know? Something about this game is just so appealing to me. Hey, he got rings. It'd be funny if those rings carried over into Chemical Plant. They won't, though. I love the fluidity of the animation here, too. If we don't get a Mania 2, I will consider it the biggest mistake that Sega could possibly make. Because, God, it'd be so good. It's also really weird, because I have, like, 3 monitors set up. One with OBS, one with the game, and one with YouTube. And, like, they all have Sonic Mania on them, but it's like, very disorienting to look around. Because OBS is perfectly on par with the game, obviously. And then, because it's a live feed of what I'm doing, it gets a little laggy, but not really. And then YouTube is, like, a good 4 seconds behind what I'm doing. Because, you know, there's not 4 seconds behind. I could look at the timer. It is more than 4 seconds behind. It is, like, 10 seconds behind. So, or more like 8 seconds behind. Mania is super duper good, that's why. It is probably the best 2D Sonic game. At least in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks. But recently, this game's just, like, grown on me. Because originally when it came out, I was like, nothing's going to top Sonic 2. But to be honest, this game kind of did, at least to an extent. I didn't mean to get hit by that enemy. I wanted to jump over this. This isn't the path I normally take, so I don't know where we're going. I mean, I know where we're going because there's only one path through Chemical Plant in the long run. Okay, we're going to Special Stage 2. That's where we're going. Just go down here. Half the time I just stumble into special rings. I don't even think I know where 7 are, but I almost invariably end up with all the emeralds, especially because at some point, these special stages stop being hard for me. Like, I swear, I was so bad at them for a long time. Even, like, last time I streamed Mania, which was months and months ago, I still found the special stages a lot trickier than I do now. Like, something about them just, I don't know. They got really easy with time. I say as I almost screw it up and die. I need to get a physical copy of Mania still. I mean, they exist now, so I really should. I have no reason not to. Other than the fact that, I have it as a download on my Switch and on PC and on Xbox One. So if I get a physical copy, it's kind of got to be on PS4 at this point, unless I just want to have, like, multiple copies for one system, which I don't. But if I get a physical copy on PS4, I'm never going to use it, because between PC and Switch, I'm pretty much set. If I want to play it on my TV, I'll play it on my Switch, and if I want to play it on my monitor, for whatever reason, I'll just play it on here. But that's numero 2. Probably going to be blazing through the game pretty quickly. I don't expect this to be a particularly long stream, but even so, it doesn't really need to be. I haven't done the final boss in a long time, though. Because I don't think I haven't really beaten the game super recently. I swear the collision in this area is a little off from, like, Sonic 2, which is obviously what this whole thing's lifted from. In Sonic 2, I don't find myself getting crushed here all the time, but in this version, like, you have to be careful not to get crushed. Because, like, the crushing physics of Sonic Mania are just ridiculously, like, high-key and broken. Which isn't a bad thing, like, it works, it's just, it's strange. And you don't ride those platforms because why would you? You can jump over them. And that applies to Sonic 2 as well. Most of what you do in this game you can do in the equivalent classic levels. This lower path isn't here in actual Sonic 2. Maybe it is. I genuinely don't remember. Because again, I take the same routes like every time in classic Sonic games because there's no reason not to. But I think in proper Sonic 2, you just kind of hold down through there and it'll work for you. I was gonna go back and get into the bonus stage, but why bother? I've only done one bonus stage, I think, on the PC version so far. I just never go to them. This boss is dumb, though. I get that they're going for the Metropolis Zone thing. I don't think they really pull it off. You'd normally be dead by now. I screwed that up. I thought he only bounced twice. Apparently he bounced it 3 times. I don't know how I ever got that wrong, considering how many times I've played through Mania. Man, I still remember laughing at E3 last year when I went to try the big games I wanted to try were Mania, Forces, and Mario Odyssey, and I did play all 3 at E3, which was very, very pleasant. But the line for Mania was really long. The line for Odyssey was like ludicrously long, obviously, but the Mania line was really long. Forces, there wasn't a line. Forces, I just walked up and played, and they were like, "Oh, someone wants to play Sonic Forces." They were like genuinely excited. It was so sad. I mean, not that it's inaccurate. Again, I kind of like Forces, like more than most people do, but even so, I still don't think it's great. But man, I love Mania so much. This game's so good. Partially just because the soundtrack is pleasant to listen to. Like, I have no interest in Chemical Plant being a level again. Like, it's my favorite level in Sonic 2, but man, am I tired of it. Which I think applies to most people. I guess I'll do a bonus stage, why not? That's right, they had the Crash Bandicoot demo, even though Insane Trilogy came out a couple days later. Wasn't the line for that really long, too? I skipped the line, because I cut in line to where you were, which was probably dickish of me. But that line was really long for what it was, considering the game was about to come out. Like, I don't get that. To this day, that confuses me. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had, like, no line, but, like, we looked at the gameplay and we were like, no, no, no. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a really long line, and that game ended up being awful, though. In World War II, you had to pre-register, if I remember. Or not, was it World War II that was at E3 that year? I don't like blue spheres a whole lot. I'm super bad at it, but hey, we got all the rings, which is something I don't usually do. In Sonic 3, that would net you a continue, but this isn't Sonic 3, so meh. Not complaining that it's not Sonic 3 because I don't like them as special stages. I like them being optional to get all the content. I didn't know we had to redo the syringe if we ever went through a bonus stage. That's kind of weird and irksome. Yeah, I really want there to be Mania 2, though. If one game that came out like last year deserves a sequel to this one, because god damn, it's so much fun. Especially post-update. Like, the small handful of problems I had with it are all gone now. So yeah, like, I think people argue the levels are too long, but to me they never really were. Because I just sort of felt like they were almost Sonic CD-esque, except less awful than Sonic CD, because Sonic CD's level design is kind of the ultimate of mixed bags. Whereas I think this level design's all fun. I don't know. Like, in terms of Sonic games, to me, this is still the best one to, like, introduce someone to the series. I don't know why I chose to jump there. Nothing like just letting Sonic momentum carry him everywhere. No, I want to go up here. Thank you. And then into the strangest of boss fights soon. It's coming up. I still think that the fact that you play a round of Mean Bean Machine is the funniest thing. That got a lot of complaints from people when the game came out, though. I thought that was hilarious. The small handful of things people didn't like about Mania, for the most part, other than the Metal Sonic boss, which I actually did kind of dislike, just because it was weird and boring and janky. I don't like the new one either, but, like, I don't know. I just never really got most of the complaints here. This boss fight's such a weird thing, though. Like, I get it. It's a Mean Bean Machine reference, but Like, I didn't want to play Mean Bean Machine. Ugh. And I'm not good at Mean Bean Machine either. I'm really bad at it, actually. I guess we'll do this. That. And then this. And then this? Yeah, that works. I don't know, man. These are like the parts of the game I'm worst at. They're stupid, weird gimmick areas. And Eggman's so bad at it, though, that you never actually have to worry about anything. So we want to get a combo, because I want to have one combo. I can't not get a combo, but I'm not getting any purples, which I need for a combo right now. I'm getting yellows. There we go. Cool. Yeah, we got a very, very small combo. It's enough to screw up Eggman, though. And no, I'm never going to stream Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I can't. I'm too bad at it. I'm really, really bad at Puyo Puyo. Like, I'm good at Dr. Mario-ish. I'm not good at it, but I'm competent enough at it. And I like Tetris a whole lot. But something about Mean Bean Machine, Puyo Puyo, I'm just so bad at it. Out of all the, like, major puzzle series, it is the one I just cannot do at all worth a damn. There's gonna be a new Animal Crossing. It's confirmed. They announced it a while back. That was announced like whenever they announced Isabelle, I think. Like for Smash. Ah, it took long enough for Eggman to fucking die. Jesus. Cool. But that's a thing. People who like that boss fight more than me, cool, but I don't get the people who hate it. Like, I still think it's fine, it's funny, it's charming. I like Mean Bean Machine enough that I think it's a funny reference. But now we're on to, like, the really good level, because I think everyone likes Studiopolis. I sure do. That's why it was in my thumbnail. Although this wasn't the level I played at E3, I remember. Specifically, because I chose Mirage Saloon. So I was like, that's going to be the sickest level. And it kind of is, except for the fact that it's Sonic. You have to play fucking Sky Chase in it. And no one likes Sky Chase. So this ended up being my favorite of the new levels anyway. Maybe. I actually grew to really like Press Garden later, but I didn't so much when the game came out. Probably go to a special stage. I know where there are a few in this level. I just don't think I'm going to get to where they are. But if I do, I'll be sure to do them. I'm not, like, prioritizing the emeralds, but, like, I typically get them when I play Mania, so I don't know. I mean, I may as well, I guess, if I'm right here. Let me see. Is it up here you just go? Yeah. Might as well. But no, the new Animal Crossing will be a new game. At least that's what they said. I don't see why they'd port the Wii version. That doesn't make any sense. I guess the Wii U didn't get an Animal Crossing, did it? That's kind of weird. I didn't think about that. I will say the Xbox One controller D-pad is actually really good for platformers. Which I just wouldn't expect, but it works remarkably well, because it's what I've been playing Mania with lately, and I've been happy with it. As well as other PC stuff. Because it's just a really good controller in general. I loves me some Xbox One controller. Like, I don't think it's the greatest controller of all time or anything, but I like it more than the 360 controller now that time's passed. I think the analog sticks were a little better on 360. They also wore out really quickly, whereas on here, these analog sticks still feel brand new. But they're looser by default, so I don't know. Unless it's a real Sonic game, like Sonic Garfield 2-pack for PC, I want to hear your stupid suggestions, Kyle. Is Sonic on Soulja Boy's little knockoff console thing? I didn't look at the game list. I just looked at it existing and said, oh my god. Because not a single one of those games are legal. Like, they are... It's just a bunch of ROMs. It's amazing. Like, it's every Chinese knockoff console, except now it's Soulja Boy for some reason. Unless it opens up with that one song that was always played in our stupid gym classes in elementary school that was about, like, weird graphic sex. Yeah, they played it in elementary school. I'm not interested. Oh god, am I gonna miss the Chaos Emerald? I have like a full minute left in time, though. I really shouldn't miss it. So ridiculous. I love the fact that Soulja Boy's being like really weird about it too. I was reading his tweets about it. He's like, it's just a little dream to make a game console. I'm just trying to live the dream, yo. And I'm like, it's just a rip-off console using the shell of that weird GBA clone that everyone really liked, but without the Game Boy slot, so it won't work anyway. It's the weirdest thing. It's hilarious, but it's just so odd. We gotta continue. Why are those even a thing in this game? You can save. Like, who cares about getting a continue in a game where you can just resume your game whenever you want? Game overs don't really pose a threat in this game. It's part of why I like it. I like the fact that game overs don't matter in Sonic games. It's actually a knockoff of another clone system. That's the worst part. There was this really, really good Game Boy Advanced clone system that played the original carts, but it did it really well. It's a knockoff of that, but it doesn't work as well. It's really strange. I know a lot of people didn't like this boss when the game came out too. I don't know why, because I think it's funny. I don't know. If I remember, you go up the first time, yeah. I like to make sure I'm rolling whenever Sonic's going to be going downhill, but if you roll going uphill, it actually slows you down kind of tremendously. Hey there, OBD. How you doing tonight? And we'll... Oh, I didn't hit down in time. I like rolling during the downhill parts because it speeds you up substantially. It can save you a lot of time on this fight. And yes, I'm going to keep spamming the drop dash for like the rest of the boss fight. There's no reason not to. It's faster. Not by much, but just a little bit. And we rolled uphill, which actually makes you go slower. Alright, later, Kyle. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Wow, I don't think I've died on this boss fight since the game launched. That's really weird. Oh well. You know, when you're streaming, things have to go weirdly and badly. Probably because I won't stop jumping because I have too much fun just mashing the stupid drop dash. Wouldn't call it stupid. It's like one of my favorite mechanics in any Sonic game ever. I'm also super interested in the hacks that put it very accurately into Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. Those are super cool. They were in the hacking contests. I briefly touched on them during the second hacking contest stream because I showed off Sonic 2 with drop dash a little bit, but not a ton because there wasn't much to show off. Like, it's not something I'd probably do a stream of because it's Sonic 2, and I'm already going to be doing like 3 Sonic 2 streams minimum over the next few months because I love me some Sonic 2. So that'll be the next like main Sega game that I stream on the channel. Will be Sonic 2. Feel alienated about Forces? I'm not sure what you mean. Because I played Forces when it launched. I just didn't review it for a full year because I forgot. It was actually something I was going to make a video out in 2018, but then I didn't. And I'm happy I waited because it gave my thoughts on it a lot more time to mature. Because it would have gotten a slightly higher review had I reviewed it last year. Not by much, because all I said about it basically is, wow, this game is very, very average and not super good. And that's the review in a nutshell. Like, I don't hate it, but it's not good. is my thoughts on forces. Hopefully we can get another Chaos Emerald this stage. I don't completely remember where all the... Again, we're going for the emeralds as I stumble across them, and the way I play Mania is usually similar every time, so chances of us finding other emeralds is very high. Like, I know some that I'll get for sure, like Marble Garden, or not Marble Garden, it's not in this game. Flying Battery has one I'll get for sure. Press Garden has one we'll get for sure. But the rest I just sort of stumble into as I remember where they are as I'm playing the levels. Oil Ocean I know one will get for sure. So, yeah, realistically, we should get all the emeralds. I wouldn't say I felt alienated from the series. Like, I think the thing is, I kind of went through that, assuming I know what you're meaning, like just sort of like almost more of a distant relationship, like where the hype died a little bit. Not really, because I went through that with 06. I saved, for me, when I was a kid, 2006, I got a Wii because that was the new console. I was very, very, very pleased with it. But Sonic 06 came out on the hey Shiny. But for me 06 kind of put me into a weird place because like I guess I can't really get that. Oh well, I was gonna go up there, but it's not a big deal. 06 put me in a strange place because I saved up for a 360 just to get that game back in 2006 up through 2008 when I finally was able to afford it. Or it might have been like 2007 into 2008. Either way, I was really, really excited for Sonic 06. And that game, ooh, that game put me off from the series. So did Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow threw me off because I didn't like the game at all. And then 06 further cemented my disinterest. And then Unleashed immediately grabbed me back. And from then on out, I was like, all right, it's a mixed bag. And my fixation on this series is totally just a personal one that isn't exactly dependent on the quality of games. So, I mean, I got Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric at launch, and that game was awful. It was a piece of shit, and I was still kind of like, you know, this is fine, because I didn't expect it to be that good. Like, I go into 3D Sonic games not expecting the best. Plus, Forces, I had plenty of warning. I played the demo. I went to E3 and played it there. Like, I played it in a really early build at E3, and I didn't really care about it there either. Like, every step of the way, Forces I knew was kind of going to be an off sort of entry. So I was, in terms of, like, how it affected me as a fan, it really didn't, because it was exactly what I thought it would be. And we got Mania at the same time, and Mania is one of my favorite Sonic games. It was way better than I thought it would be. So, I mean, I expected it to be good, but it's fantastic. So, now, ultimately, I wouldn't say the game really had an impact on me. I think everyone likes Studiopolis. It's such a good level. I was gonna like try and do the boss the right way where you wait for weather effects to make Eggman hittable, but it's easier to just do a little bit of this, you know? Just totally cheese the fight, because there's no reason not to. I love the buzzing. This made me laugh so hard when Mania came out, let me tell ya. Just because, like, I remember watching this live stream when it was a thing. God, I haven't watched Clement's 06 review in years. I couldn't tell you which one he's referring to. There are a bunch of achievements in 06 that are just mind-boggling. It could be the one where you have to, like, get every single thing in the game, period. It's like all the gold medals and all the silver medals. That could be what he's referring to, but I'm honestly not sure. And for the record, I don't hate 06. Even though, like, it threw me off and almost made me hate Sonic as a series back when it came out. Just because I expected better from this character at that point. Like, I don't hate the game now, because I'm not one to hold grudges against games. Ever. I don't think there's a single game I truly despise. Because at least 06, like, tried. But... And for the record, I've never gotten all the silver medals. I don't think I've ever gotten all the silver medals in one stage. I have played through 06 repeat multiple times. And it's horrible. But, I don't know. I never hate games. I might say they're bad. I might never want to play them again. I'm not going to say I actually hate them or anything because, like, I just don't. I don't ever hate games. I'm just not a fan of them. Doesn't mean they're not bad, because 06 is horrible. Bordering on unplayable at various points, which is, you know, kind of a mark of shame, I'd say. But, you know, I'd still play it over Secret Rings. I still play it over a couple other Sonic games, actually. Probably play 06 over Sonic Boom, even. Because 06 I'm not gonna stream for quite a while. I'm gonna get to it, though. So, you know, everyone can be excited for that. I don't know when it'll be. That's something that's gonna be a subscriber milestone kind of deal. Where I'll do Sonic Story in 06, but it won't even be the full game because, like, hell no. there's no way. Oh, damn it. I hate doing that one. You have to, like, go really high on this to make it over the spikes. You can make it over the spikes, but I guess screw it, because who cares? How do you get stuck in this level? It's pretty linear, I'd say. There isn't a whole lot in terms of alternate paths or anything. Please go up so I can spin dash under you. Thank you. Not saying you can't get stuck in it. I get stuck in Sonic levels like an idiot sometimes. Not that you're an idiot for getting stuck in Sonic levels, but when I do it, it's in stupid ways. I hated this level as a kid, though. Because, like, when I say when I was a kid, I mean when I was a very small kid, before I knew about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, my dislike for Shadow comes much more from a gameplay perspective. I think it's pretty cringy. I know other people think it's really cool, and that's a totally okay opinion to have, and I totally respect that opinion. I don't think it just messes with the rest of the franchise. And I know Shadow's kind of his own thing, but even so, it tries too hard to be dark and edgy. The random swearing and stuff, it just feels out of place, even in the context of the game. Let's get ourselves another Chaos Emerald right here. My issues with it come from gameplay. Not so much like, I actually like the gunplay. I think the gunplay is the highlight. It works fine, and it can be pretty fun. And it's I think it's the only Sonic game where I'm actually okay with the health bars as a result, because I think the gunplay makes it make sense, and it's fine. But my issues with Shadow the Hedgehog come from structure. I don't like the controls at all. I don't like the mission structure at all. I don't like the fact that you have to play through the game and play the same levels so many times, with Stopless especially, to get the final ending. To me, the repetition is the biggest fault the game has. Like, I just find it incredibly boring, and I don't think the visuals are good enough to be interesting. And I can't take it seriously, which, again, I actually get enjoyment out of how edgy it is, because, again, to me, I think it's funny how hard it tries. And again, it's not saying you can't think it's cool. You absolutely can, because I think all kinds of things that aren't cool are really cool. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not saying it isn't cool to you, but on a personal level, I can't take it seriously at all. And the gameplay to me just, it bogs my mind. I don't like it. Oh, trust me, I've seen Sonic X's Japanese subtitles. It's awesome. It's really funny. But, like, I don't know. It's especially, like, right after Heroes, it's such a juxtaposition to it. And again, it's not that it's out of place within the context of the game, it's that the game is out of place in the context of the series, and that's not a bad thing. It doesn't appeal to me personally. As a kid, I thought it was pretty cool. I gotta admit, I was like, hell yeah, Shadow. I wasn't super into the part where he just fucking murders Eggman and says, "See you in hell, Doctor." I thought that was pretty dumb and cringy, even as a kid. But, like, aside from that, I was fine with it. And I like the fact that it gave more, Sonic... Oh. I never knew it was up here. I have never gone up here before. I've always taken the, other path there. So, that's interesting. Anyway, I think SA2 and Unleashed hit, like, my perfect tone for a Sonic game story. Somewhere between those two. just electric shielded that dude to death like it was nothing. Love it. But yeah, no, my issues with Shadow are completely gameplay related, personally. I think the tone's out of place in the confines of the series, but I think that was kind of the point, and it's just a matter of if you like that or if you don't. Does not appeal to my personal taste. It's not like a thing like I'm against maturity in video games or even in Sonic games. You know, that doesn't bother me. To me, something like SA2 or even Shadow, I'm fine with that just as much as I'm fine with like the Baldy McNose hair kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me either way. As long as I'm having fun with whatever's going on in the story, I don't really care about its tone. As long as that tone is consistent throughout the entire thing. But like, you know, I grew up on the adventure games. That was my era. And like 06 was a childhood game. And that game's story gets kind of dark. And I thought that worked tonally a little bit better than Shadow that Hedgehog did. But it wasn't something I had a problem with. Like I thought the gameplay was super weak in Shadow. And to me, that's where all of my issues come from. And I understand why people like it. That's the thing that I think people don't give credit. I'm going to do a Shadow the Hedgehog review eventually. It's going to be a scathing, hateful review of that game. But with the understanding that, A, it can be fun. Like, the 3D Sonic gameplay in general, the running fast, using the homing attack, that's all fun to me. So I do have fun playing Shadow at times. I just don't generally have fun playing Shadow. I don't think I've ever gotten those item boxes. Nor will I. But, like, for me, the lack of enjoyment from that game, it's like anything. I like to express this. My thoughts and opinions on things like Shadow the Hedgehog, for example, are definitely on the negative side, but I do see why people like it. I don't think it's, like, I think it is fair to say, no matter what your thoughts, that its execution is flawed, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad for everyone. And that's the case with almost everything. There are incidents where I don't think that's the case. Not incidents, instances where it's not the case. 06, to me, is pretty objectively poor. I like it a lot more than most people because I can laugh at it, and I got really good at it from playing it so much. It's kind of like a Song Call Me Johnny kind of situation where I've played it so much, I'm good at it. And when you're good at it, it's a lot more entertaining than when you're bad at it. But it's not good. I know people who like 06. I know one person in particular who really likes 06, who is a friend and channel regular. So, you know, it's not... Even then, I kind of see it, but not so much because, again, in an objective viewpoint, it's worse. I didn't know the special ring was here, but I'm not going to complain. This was the special stage that got me stuck for, like, a full day after the game launched. I had to, like, farm for this Chaos Emerald. It was the only one I couldn't get in one go at launch. And at some point, it stopped being super difficult because I think I just memorized everything about the stage. I don't know if anyone else had issues with it, but, like, I don't know. It just really, really got to me. Because I'm also a weirdo who prefers 3D Sonic to 2D Sonic. Even though I think the 2D Sonic games are better, like, I'll take a good 3D Sonic over a good 2D Sonic any day of the week. Like, Adventure 1, you take those good Sonic levels and you get rid of the glitches and falling through the floor. Man, pretty much perfect Sonic gameplay to me. Structurally, the game's not great. You know, it's got some pacing issues. I talked at great length about the adventure games across a number of streams. And I'll do a video on it eventually. Ooh, I should probably get rings. More than that, please. Still more than that, please. Running out of time in this special stage was always a thing I did. Kind of concerned, 'cause normally I'd have the emerald by now. But whatever. Let's just get ourselves rolling here. Yeah, the structure and repetition is my biggest issue with Shadow. It was the thing I hated about it as a kid, because, like, I'd play it for hours and hours, and I still would basically have no progress, and I was like, ugh. And it's something Heroes did, too. If you weren't doing the same thing over and over again, it wouldn't be so bad. Like, I don't even mind an adventure in Adventure 2, like, the multiple stories going through the same levels. It doesn't bother me so much. But It really did in Shadow, because it was so much of the same thing. It was the exact same levels, and you had to play them multiple times. And to get every ending, like, you basically play the same route twice, except, oh, this time you're killing the gun soldiers. This time you're hunting the artificial chaos. But you're not doing it in a varied way. It's not like it changed the level structures or anything. It was very much the same thing, and you still progressed in the same manner, and, you know, it was kind of irritating. Come on, Chaos Emerald. I'm right here. What are you doing? Sonic, just lock onto it. Come on. Homing attack is a thing you do. It's like one of your main moves. Thank you. Well, it's not that it makes me weird, like, just because I prefer one style of gameplay over another. It's that in terms of the overall Sonic fandom, I typically see the classic game being preferred. And I'm in a weird place because, I think that I think the classic trilogy, like Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and Knuckles, and kind of CD, are better, like, objectively than the adventure games and stuff. But nostalgia, because I grew up on all the Sonic games, but, like, the adventure games were still new-ish when I was a kid, because I'm 21, I was born in 97, so everyone played those games. Everyone had the GameCube versions. I had the GameCube versions. I still technically have them, I guess, because, you know, they're on my shelf and whatnot. No, I want to go up. God, I'm getting so confused and lost. Stupid Sonic. Speaking of Lost, that's something we're going to be doing soon, is Sonic Lost World. Both versions. Those will be January and February's LyingTuna episodes. I hope you guys like that game. Yeah, didn't they actually tone down stuff because it was going to be rated T? I think I read, like, the Black Arms were going to have red blood, and I don't know, aside from that, what they changed. But I know for a fact that was a thing, and I'm, like, kind of glad they changed that, because, again, it would have been, like, needlessly dark for a Sonic game. And, like, I know a lot of people would have preferred that, but not me personally. Like, I don't know. Aside from that, I'm not aware of what changes were made, but I definitely know that was one of them, which I think is kind of interesting. I love Sonic game development. It's, like, my favorite thing is looking into, like, the development of these games. I'm gonna do a LyingTuna episode. If you ever hear me say LyingTuna episode, it's referring specifically to, like, the main long videos I do on the channel. But, I will absolutely be covering the development of Sonic 2 in a video. Like, just playing through, like, the known prototypes that are available on Sonic Retro, with the links to Sonic Retro, of course, so everyone can download them. Because I think Sonic 2's got, like, the most interesting development of almost any game ever, just because it's so publicly available, and you can play most of the prototypes, and stuff has been recovered from the Sonic 2 prototype. The running animation from this game is based partially on the Sonic 2 prototypes. Like, that's so neat. So the spinny blue feet animation, that one, is based off a Sonic 2 prototype. And, like, that's super dope. Obviously, the arms being thrown back are from Sonic CD and Modern Sonic, but, like, I don't know, man. I kind of am interested in the, how did I die there? I've never died there before. I don't know why he was just going so slowly. He just, like, lost all of his momentum. That was really weird. But whatever. But yeah, I did know Shadow was going to be rated T originally, but then it ultimately wasn't, which is, you know, I don't think it's any worse for it. I don't think it's any better for it. I mean, for someone who, I say about how much I dislike the game, I still own 2 copies of it. Granted, one I got for free when I bought a $1 copy of Sonic Unleashed. So it was just going to be thrown away at work. But still, it is owning 2 copies of the game, so I must not hate it that much. Like, I don't consider it a black mark on the series history, pun not intended, because, you know, Shadow's black. But, I don't know. To me, it was the first of the Sonic games where I was, like, legitimately disappointed with it when I played it. And we're going to die again. We didn't die. I'm thinking of here. Yeah, now we're going to die again. Because Sonic just won't carry the momentum. That's really weird. I've never seen him do this before. Huh. Is that normally a thing? I'll take a different route this time, because that was annoying. Only issue is I don't know where we're going in the level, so it's going to be hard to take another route. Nice. I played the Genesis games. I know the specific order I played most of the Sonic games in. I played Adventure 2 because I rented it. And then 2 battles specifically because, again, I was a GameCube kid. DX on GameCube was my first SADX. Then I got Mega Collection. Then I got Sonic Adventure 2, like, properly got it and played it and beat it. Then I lost my copy of Adventure 2, and then I got another copy, and when I got another copy, it was bundled with a copy of Heroes, so I played Heroes, which was newish at the time. I think that was still the most recent 3D Sonic game at the time. And then, following that, I played, there we go, he actually made it that time. That was really strange those last few times. But after that, then I played, Shadow, like, when it came out. Shadow was the first one I got when it was, like, pretty much brand new. Because I think I got it for my birthday, and I hated it. I was, like, really disappointed. I was like, oh, this is so lame. And then I got, I just sort of kept with the ones I had. That's when I got into, like, the emulation scene and played things like Knuckles Chaotix. No, because I got Sonic Gems Collection around then as well. Because I played Sonic CD and was, like, more mixed on it than most people were at the time. Because that was back whenever, like, Sonic CD was the hot shit for a long time. Everyone talked about how it was the best Sonic game, and that was mostly because people couldn't play it. And then Gems Collection came out, and slowly reception soured to the point that it is now, where people argue, is it even a good game? And I'm like, no, it is. It's good. I like Sonic CD. I just prefer Sonic 2 and 3 over it. I would play Sonic CD over Sonic 1, though. I love just knocking this stupid boss around. He's so funny. And I remember whenever the game came out and everyone thought that it was like a little girl Eggman. That was dope. What was her name? Eggette, maybe? It's very Bowsette-ish. I don't like that. But that was dope. So that was a great moment of like fan art being better than the actual game. But yeah, like I know the order I played the games. And then after, like 06 got Unleashed about, because I got 06 in 2008 when I got 360. And then, yay, 8-bit reference. And then I got, you know, Unleashed, like, when it was still newish, because I got it for Christmas, and then from there, it was just as they came out. Or no, Colors I didn't get when it was brand new. Colors I waited and bought used for 20 bucks, because it dropped, like, really fast. It was out for, like, 2 months, I think, and then it went to 20 bucks, and I was like, yeah, I'll grab it. Because I expected it to be, like, the Wii version of Unleashed, which I didn't really like. Because I got both. I didn't much like the 2D, or the SD version at the time. I've grown more fond of it over time. I think it's fine. But nothing special. Let's go get us another Chaos Emerald. If I can get over here, goddamn Sonic, listen to me. Do what I command on the controller. Which special stage is this? It's either 5 or 6. But yeah, after that, it was just in order of release. Like, got Sonic 4, got Colors, got Generations, got Sonic 4 Episode 2. Got Lost World, really liked Lost World, and everyone else hated it, so I felt totally, like, I was an outsider when it came to Lost World, because my opinions on the game are, shouldn't spoil it too much. I probably shouldn't go too in-depth with it, since, like, I'm actively starting pre-production on a video on it. I'm going to be gathering footage for it starting in, like, a week, probably. Both versions, actually. It's going to be a two-parter. We're going to do the Wii U version in January, and either later in January or early February, we'll be doing the 3DS version, because I have a 3DS capture card. I may as well actually use it, because I haven't used it in a while. I don't get much use out of it. I didn't buy it with the intention of using it all the time, though. Like, I'm using it about as much as I expected to. So hard to commentate when you're playing a special stage in a Sonic game, because you're just trying to get that stupid Chaos Emerald. That was terrible. I just, like, bungled that entire turn. But that's okay. Because we're not falling very far behind from the UFO in this one, I noticed. It's just sort of right there. I don't know if it's because I'm doing well, or if it's just because I'm having good luck. But we're about to catch that bitch already. Yeah, interesting. But yeah. I didn't even have a Genesis until relatively recently. I had a broken Model 1 for a long time that just sort of sat around, but now I have an actual Genesis, and then I bought HD Retrovision cables for it, so I have these expensive-ass, gorgeous component cables that I can't use until my upscaler ships, and that won't be here until, Friday, Saturday? Around there. Hopefully. At least that's the projected date, and I'd really like to have it so I can, like, use my Genesis in HD and not have it look disgusting. Although I can already play my Genesis cards with other cables, or just, you know, play them on my Retron 5 or play Mega Collection or any other variety of Sonic compilations I own. God, I love how incredibly smooth his animations are in this game. Oh, I didn't even know these ones retracted. I've never waited that long. I just wanted to show off his animations. This is also my favorite Sonic sprite, like, ever. I think Mania has the best sprite for Sonic in the entire series. I don't want to go this way. God damn it. Yeah, this is my favorite Sonic sprite. Though I'm not the biggest fan of the Sonic 3 sprite, which seems to be blasphemy. People are, like, very, very defensive of how he looked in Sonic 3. But for my money, like, nothing tops the Sonic 1 and 2 CD sprite. Like, I know it's different between all three games, but not really. Especially between Sonic 1 and Sonic CD. It may as well be the exact same thing. Sonic 2's palette's a little bit different, but not really. And then, Mania's palette's completely different, and it looks much nicer. I don't know why people like the Sonic 3 sprite so much. Probably just because they like Sonic 3, which is understandable, because 3 Knuckles is fantastic, but, like, maybe it's because I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, I think it's fantastic. I think it is probably the best of the Genesis games, like, on an objective level, but... Hey, you're fine, Mason. Gave someone feels. I hope it's in, like, a metaphorical sense and not in a physical sense, because, you know, you better ask consent. That's very, very creepy behavior otherwise. That was a joke. I'm sure you're fine. But, nah, you're good, dude. I don't need those 10 rings, god damn it. I'm going this way. I was just ranting about my personal history with the Sonic series again. I could do a video on that. That would be very boring, though. Because it would just be, I like Sonic Adventure a lot. And that would be the whole video, so. I'm noticing that the adventure games are getting a lot of praise again. And I'm pleased. But, like, I feel like they're getting too much praise now. Because, like, make no mistake, I love Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 so much. I'm not going to pretend like they're amazing games in every regard. They are flawed beyond belief. Despite my personal enjoyment of them. And I think that they pretty much pull off 3D Sonic perfectly in concept, but not necessarily in execution. Can I make it back up there? Yeah, cool. I want to go this way and actually continue in the level, not just be, like, stuck. Kind of hoping to have Super Sonic by now, but we'll probably get him. I mean, I have 6 of the Emeralds, so unless I just don't stumble across another special stage. And with Hydrocity still being a thing we have to do, or Hydrocity, Hydrocity. What do you guys think in the chat? Hydrocity or Hydrocity? Because I'm never sure. Like, I switch between the two all the goddamn time. Why are you just chilling up there? Come down here. Hey, look, the floor's flickering where Sonic's standing. That's not supposed to happen. I wanted to hit you, god damn it. Well, I guess we'll just damage boost him then. Because I'm not going to be patient and wait. And I could just do that. Hey, look, since it destroys and places you dead center, every time you jump, you're guaranteed to him. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Oil Ocean. In Oil Ocean, whenever you beat the mini-boss, it places you dead center. So every time you jump, it's guaranteed to send this flagpole straight up, and you can pretty much just go forever no matter what. It's very funny. We didn't do that with this boss, so let's go over here. Just because I don't want the stupid signpost to wink at me. It freaks me out every time. It's so strange and creepy. Like, again, I'm sure not everyone thinks it's weird, but to me it's so strange. This level's pretty. I remember whenever the game came out and everyone was mind blown by this level, because no one liked Press Guard in Act 1 all that much. Like, I liked it. I thought the theme was really unique and interesting. But then it got less interesting to me, like, with time. Because I was like, okay, I get it. But the way it contrasts off of Act 2, which has nothing to do with Act 1, but it looks so nice, I don't even care. Plus the music. T-Lopes really is a god among men when it comes to Sonic music, isn't he? I didn't spin dash in time. Probably because I'm inept and an amateur at video games. Could have just rolled, but I thought I was going to jump over the icicle, even though it just got destroyed. That's okay. These guys remind me of Mega Man X4, but that won't matter unless anyone's played Mega Man X4 to know what they're reminding me of. But there's a level called, for Frost Walrus is the name of the boss of the stage. And this level always reminded me of Frost Walrus. Hey, look, we're like Supersonic, except not Supersonic. But basically Supersonic? Except we don't look like Supersonic because we're not. I also really like the ice platform thing, like, not platform, but being sent around in the ice blocks. I think it's hilarious. And Sonic's face when he's stuck in it and trying to escape is awesome. I love the after image effect that you get in this game whenever you are wearing speed shoes, or using them, I guess, is more accurate. I mean, not wearing them, because I think Sonic's implied to wear speed shoes. It's just that they look like his normal shoes. I don't know. That's always the implication I got. I don't actually understand how they work. I also like the Oil Ocean reference here. It's pleasing. I'm trying to, like, if it looks like I'm just stumbling around, I'm trying to find special rings because I genuinely don't know where most of them are. Like, I know for a fact we'll get the last emerald. Worst case, we'll get it in Oil Ocean, but... This boss fight's kind of annoying, but I like the fact that it's all Shinobi reference, so it's A-OK by me. Come on, Astron, just explodes so he jumps at me. Cool. Oh, I mistimed it. Damn it. As long as they're on the ground, they just count as badniks and you can hit them, so that's nice at least. The Astrons don't actually, like, harm you unless they're in the air. Like, they'll harm you if you touch them on the ground because they'll just count as hitting a badnik, but it's easier than, waiting for them all to explode sometimes. If they're, like, right in your path, just roll as you're going to jump into them. I really do think this is, like, one of the most fun Sonic games to just screw around and play. We might end up in a special stage in Stardust Speedway. I don't know for sure, because I have to remember where it is. I think one of the things that pleases me most about this game still is that they don't use the bad future. I mean, they use they reference it with Metal Sonic and his music, obviously. But it's not Stardust Speedway bad future because we've been seeing it so much. And I get it. It's like one of the most memorable levels in CD. But also I appreciate the Marble Garden stuff just 'cause I like Marble Garden Zone a lot. But like, to me, going with present and past it's an interesting choice because it's not as remembered by people, it seems. But I don't know. I kind of prefer it. And I also think, like, the whole thing's kind of a love letter to CD, which is a little bit self-indulgent, I think, considering the dev team. But I'm fine with that. I think they earned it. I mean, I know, like, they didn't originally make CD, obviously, but they did handle the remake that everyone actually likes. Version of CD people will actually play and not get angry about, so let's go this way. Just because I don't know what's this way. Oh, it's hashtags, of course. And then I got crushed because of Sonic Mania's stupid collision. That's like the one thing that happened in this game more than the classics. Not that it doesn't happen in the classics, but, like, what was that? How did I get crushed there? We're gonna just go slow and steady because I don't know what's happening. My favorite thing in Sonic 3 used to be just bouncing off of these, which doesn't work quite as well in this game, but it was so funny in CD. I guess we're going down here now. No, because I had rings. It wasn't the spikes that were killing me. It was just the collision being dumb. I have really bad luck with Sonic and crushing collision, which is already an issue all the classics have. Unless you count Sonic 4 as a classic, which you shouldn't. But then again, I guess Mania shouldn't count as a classic Sonic game, and it seems like everyone just sort of unanimously refers to it as such, even if it isn't. Especially since a lot of it is just recycled content. Granted, they're the parts no one cares about as much, but they're still present. No, we're going this way. No, we're going this way. I don't even know if that did anything, but I want to go that way. Playing it like a Sonic CD level because I'm actually exploring instead of just blazing through it. It didn't lead to anything. And we're still probably not going to find a special ring, but that's okay. Man, this music is so funky too. which again is appropriate for Sonic CD because the original Japanese soundtrack is also pretty funky. What's one thing I also forgot to mention in the Forces review that I really liked, because I guess I don't think it was I forgot as much as it's not worth it, because I remember thinking about a lot of scripting and then deciding it wasn't really something that needed to be in the video. But isn't the fact that they use the American Metal Sonic theme super nice? By Metal Sonic theme, I just mean Stardust Speedway. Because it's not a track that we hear super often. It was in Generations as an unlockable song, but, like, it wasn't the main theme for the boss fight against Metal Sonic, because that was the Japanese version, which is a better track, granted, but, you know, when I was a kid, I knew about the Japanese soundtrack, because, you know, I had the internet, so I'm not going to pretend like I didn't know it was a thing and that I hadn't listened to it, but that wasn't my Sonic CD soundtrack. It is now, because it's better, and I like it more, and I listen to it on its own, even without playing Sonic CD, but, like, I don't know, man. To me, the Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack trumps the American one. But back when I was a child with only Gems Collection to play Sonic CD, which is not a great way to play Sonic CD, incidentally. It's a little bit buggy and weird, but it well, even more so than usual, I guess is the way I should be saying that, because it's Sonic CD, so it's already buggy and weird. But I remember we're gonna end up in a special stage if I don't go out, which is what I did. Damn it. Well, I guess not this zone, because that's the only one where I know there is. Which mod I'm going to do first? No idea. No idea. I'll have to decide that closer to, because that'll be next Wednesday's stream. Probably, oh no, wait, this is where the special stage is, right? Yeah. I can just remember how to get to it. But I know there's one over here. Maybe I was wrong, or maybe I missed it. Man, I keep messing up the jump to speed through springs, or loops rather. Maybe I'll get it this time. Nope, that wasn't even close. There we go. Now, in terms of which one I'm going to do first, there are so many that I want to do, and there are so many that were requested that I also want to touch on. Again, cosmetic mods, I'll just lump on top of other mods, because why the hell not? But I haven't completely decided yet. It's pretty much up to whatever. I'll probably come up with a couple, then leave a link in the Discord for everyone to sort of leave their opinions, and it'll sort of be like an informal voting kind of deal. Whatever people want to see will be what I do. That tends to work out well. So, and be fairly reflective of everyone else's opinions. Oh, god damn it. That was stupid of me. Sorry my voice being weird. I have a mild cold, and I'm mildly dehydrated because I was at work all day and didn't drink anything. I mean, I have drinks now, but, like, not enough to fix my throat. It'll be fixed by, like, a little bit from there, though. Hey, we're going on to a boss fight. Yay. But I'm not sure which one yet. Yeah, that's right. Run, you little turtle fuck. Okay. And then obviously here we get some of the Bad Future music, but even then it's not identical. I mean, it is a remix of Bad Future Stardust Speedway, but I like the fact that for the most part you don't really hear it until the Metal Sonic fight, because to me this is Metal Sonic's theme. Although What I'm Made Of would be cool if it got a remix in this game, but it didn't. Let's take it the fast route by going very slowly. Probably not going to be anything too intense. I'm going to start... it's easier for me if I do, like, one long mod rather than, like, several small mods in one stream, because, it's just easier from a logistics standpoint, only having to load up one thing. Man, the Silver Sonics really weren't my favorite that time, didn't they? They all, like, lined up perfectly. I mean, it's consistent, like, in terms of where to spin dash at them from, because people sometimes struggle with, lining that up. Ow. Metal Sonic, what the hell? But there's no real reason to struggle with it, because it's... Oh, look, the Phantom Ruby. If only we could catch it. That'd be funny. Just catch it and end the game. I still don't really know how to do this boss fight, for the record. Like, I don't think anyone knows how to do it correctly. Everyone just sort of wings it. Because you bounce in, like, random directions when you get hit. It doesn't, like, do it consistently enough. I know this is when you're supposed to attack him, but if you do that, you'll eventually run out of ground, because he will run you off this cliff, and you'll just die. And that's not fun, because, you know, then you have to redo everything, so. But that went pretty well. I do love this boss fight. I like it better than the old Metal Sonic fight. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Hey, look, it's the Phantom Ruby. If only we could get it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Stupid Badnik knocks it out of the way. I kind of timed it so that it would look like he knocked it out of my way, or I was, yeah, sorry. I slurred everything there. I kind of timed it so it would look like the Badnik was knocking it out of my way right as I got to it, but no matter what, like, you can literally be standing on top of it, just running back and forth in place on it. You'll still miss it. I mean, I don't mind. The only thing is, and I'm going to post a link about it in the Discord, everyone should throw a link to the mod that they want to see, because it's hard for me to keep track of stuff like that. Because eventually what I'm going to do is make a Word doc, or actually probably Google Docs, because that's what I use, but sometimes I use Word. Anyway, that's pretty irrelevant information, I guess. But just a document of all the mods people want to see. This isn't the path I usually take, so this should be interesting. I'm just trying to vary things up, because again, this is just a chilling after work kind of stream. I'm tired. I had a presentation yesterday and a test yesterday, and I have more tests next week because finals are up, so. And I've been working, so this is just me relaxing after a long day. So if the gameplay isn't, like, top of the line, I'm sorry, but, you know, it's never top of the line. This is LyingTuna. We don't strive for the best. I mean, I do in everything except for gameplay skills, I guess is more accurate. I didn't mean to spin dash off the boat. Oops. I don't want to be underwater. No, get off the thing, Sonic. I miss the good old days. I never studied for state tests when I was in high school, so I don't know. It's probably bad advice to say don't study for a state test, but I just never did. I always scored very, very well on them regardless. I was going to say, that makes more sense. I'm not saying you have to link the ones that you already submitted. I'm saying for future ones, try and drop a link if you can. If you can't, it's whatever. I don't really care, because if I want to do the mod, I will link it. Because I'm not saying I'll get to every single one that gets suggested to me. I am saying I'm going to try to. Hey, look, we have 2 bubbles. Hell yeah. Also, yay, another 8-bit reference. This game has a lot of 8-bit references, which is very pleasing, because I don't think the 8-bit Sonic games are anywhere near as good as the 16-bit ones, but man, I like them anyway. They're so charming. I miss the drop dash, but I want to be able to breathe underwater, so it's like, gotta compromise. I think it's funny that I was really, like, excited to play with the drop dash. Like, when the game like, I fell in love with it the first time I used it. It was when I was at E3. I was like, I gotta try out the drop dash. It looked lame to me in the trailers. Whenever they announced it like it was a big deal during that stupid, damn it, during that 25th anniversary conference, I was like, come on, drop dash. You serious? Who cares? This is another basic mechanic. And then I actually used it, and I was like, oh god damn, this is amazing. Like, that was like way before the game came out, and I was already hooked on it, and that did not change upon release. And then Forces came out and was like, okay, it's definitely a thing you can do, because Forces in general is just like, yep, this exists. Oh, there goes our boy. Why didn't it? There we go. That was weird. I've never seen it not give the bubble before. I'm just confused. Hey, there's our boy, Egg Boy. Hello. We're racing, and I just beat the shit out of him in that race. Haha, Eggman don't stand a chance. In theory, I should have gotten an air bubble, but it's okay because they're right there anyway. This is still like the best boss in the game. I don't even care. I could do that. I haven't even looked at Encore Plus yet because I'm going to do Mania mods. I want to do other mods too. Like, I want to do an Unleashed Project stream. Well, Sonic just started his spin dash and his running animation because, I guess because I just got a bubble. Did you see that? That was weird. I really dig it. That is like almost like a shitty peel out. It was really funny. Or maybe it's not funny and I'm exhausted. That's also equally possible. Actually, it's very likely, if I'm being honest. This is still like one of my favorite moments in the game. I was like so pleased with this. When the game came out, I was like, yeah, everything about this is flawless. Especially whenever I learned you could drop bombs by hitting down on the D-pad, which makes the boss like a million times more fun. Because, you know, you have a defense mechanism against the bombs. If you accidentally start sucking one up, just, you know, throw this down. I missed, though. You can't drop bombs on Eggman, though, which is sad. That would have been super funny if you could. The jump glitch exists in all the Sonic games on the Genesis because they all run on the same engine. Or at least I think they do. Yeah, they do. Because Sonic 2 is very, very definitively built off of Sonic 1. And Sonic 3 is very much built off of Sonic 2. That's why it has the Sonic 2 level select in the base version of Sonic 3. Right down to the level icons showing Sonic 2 levels, which is hilarious. But, the games are built off of each other, yeah. No, I was going to knock it away from the center because it'd be funny. I never realized. That's weird. Sonic 3 doesn't ever have the sign, like, sitting there. It always falls from the sky. And yet, in this Sonic 3 level, it's one of the few where the sign post doesn't fall from the sky first. How incredibly odd. Not incredibly odd. It's, like, not even odd. It's just mildly interesting. It's not even interesting. It's just something. But that's good enough for me. I don't really care. Love Sonic's rotating animation. That applies to the Genesis game, too. Like, I love it in Sonic 3. I wish they didn't delete Donkey Mode. Even on Switch, it's gone now. Originally, Switch was the only console that kept it, but nope. No, don't go that way. Damn it. We will take these platforms up here, though, because I've never gone up here before. Okay, it's pretty lame up here. We're going to go back down now. That was a waste of time. I do love me some Sonic 1 jump glitch, though. That is, like, my favorite thing. Even more so when I first discovered it. I mean, I always knew it was a thing, but I didn't know where you could manually trigger it until I got Sonic Classics Collection on DS, which was a great collection. At least I remember it being a great collection. I don't have it anymore. I mean, I have it, but I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it in years, so I assume it's just lost, like I lost it on a trip or something. But, that was actually how when I got most into the Genesis games. Because I love Mega Collection. But aside from Sonic 2, I wasn't that into them. Like, I beat them both, like 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 1, I mean. But to me, like, they were just meh, kind of. Like, they were great games, but they were just better stuff for me to play. When I got Classic Collection, I got really into all 3 of them. And that remained. It didn't really change. My opinions on Sonic 3 and Knuckles are probably still weaker than on Sonic 2, which usually isn't the case for people whenever they go and extensively play them. But from an objective standpoint, I think 3 and Knuckles obliterate Sonic 2. I just have nostalgia for Sonic 2. It's also one of the first Genesis games I owned. I still don't own Sonic and Knuckles, actually, because I can't find a complete in-box copy, damn it. I could buy a loose copy anywhere, anytime, but I'm like, I need that box. I need that manual. At the very least, I need the box. I don't even think my Sonic 2 doesn't have a manual. It should. The manual's like $1, so I should really just pick one up, but never got around to it. Wow, I almost died there. We should probably get to the last Chaos Emerald soon. I just don't know where there's any special rings in this level. I know where there are in 3 and Knuckles, but they're not springing to mind here, even though they're probably in the exact same places. I don't know. I mean, Special Stage 7 in this game is actually pretty easy. So unless I run off a cliff, which is probably going to happen because I'm terrible at video games, I don't see myself really failing it. God damn, that stupid Hermit Crab boy just caught me right on by surprise. That was impressive. Major props to him. Chaotix is bad, but I like the graphics and music. Yeah, it's a weird game, isn't it? I need to get a 32X at some point so I can... I could buy a physical copy without a 32X, but it's a pricey game, so I don't really want to buy it until I get a 32X. Like, it's not super expensive or anything, but it's more expensive than I want to pay for a game I can't play. But yeah, I don't know a lot of people who love Chaotix. It used to be a game people really liked, but I think it was just because it was, like, mildly obscure. But now that everyone's emulated it and, you know, played it, and most people probably haven't beaten it, people seem to get really bored of it. I mean, I beat Chaotix at least. I don't think it's great, though. It's not good, actually, like, at all. Again, the graphics and music are really good, though, because it's very Sonic CD-esque, except on the 32X, which is slightly more powerful. And Door into Summer is still like one of the best Sonic tracks of all time, low key. You should have been able to change characters. You just might not have been doing it right. You have to go to the claw machine thing, and it's kind of irritating. It's not done well. I don't think a single mechanic of that game is executed particularly well. I have to wait for this boy to come down to us because I don't want to spin dash jump up to him. I try to just jump over him without a spin dash, but apparently you can't. Or maybe I can't because I'm terrible at the game. That's also possible. That's usually the case when it comes to me getting hit in video games. But now you should be able to change characters. You don't get much choice in the matter, but you get some. Just not enough choice. I think if the game had more of a free character switch, it'd be better. Unless you mean in levels, in which case, no, you can't. That's just not a thing that happens in Chaotix. You have to have your leader and your follower, and that's just the structure of it. And if you get Heavy or Bomb as your follower, that's it, reset the game, because they're useless. I mean, I know some people like Bomb or Heavy, because you can, or no, Bomb people like, because Bomb can be useful if you know what you're doing with them. Heavy just sucks, though. Heavy's the worst. I haven't played that game in so long, because, again, I don't like to emulate, so I haven't gotten to it in a long time. I will buy a copy when I get a 32X. Or I'll buy a 32X when I get a copy, is actually more likely how it'll go. Wonder if I could have gotten crushed by that. That would have been funny. All right, Sonic. You do your 06 shit right there. Very good, Sonic. Very good. Proud of you. Good, strong boy. But yeah, Chaotix is a mixed bag. By which I mean everything presentation-wise is great. Everything not presentation-wise is bad. Oh, okay. I know where there's a Chaos Emerald in this zone. Actually, I know where there's a Chaos Emerald. I know where there are a couple Chaos Emeralds in this zone, but I know where there's one in this act, so hopefully we'll get Supersonic for Act 2. And then probably avoid using him because I like the music too much. But hey, I like having Supersonic, so... Plus that means we can do the final boss fight, which is pretty dandy. Because this game's final boss is neat. Although I haven't fought him in forever, so, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I still think the best Sky Chase is actually the one from Sonic 4 Episode 2. It takes like an hour. Like it's not literally an hour, but it's really long. But the homing attack makes it more fun. Because you can like launch off like a missile. Plus you got to play it in multiplayer, in which case it was actually almost impossible. It was terrible. Because you'd have one character as Tails and one character as Sonic, and it would just be like utter garbage, man. Still debating on if I'm going to do Sonic 4 Episode 2 as a single-player or multiplayer game. I might just stream it twice. Once single-player and once multiplayer. And, like, probably not finish it in multiplayer because, it sucks in multiplayer. And, like, make the single-player stream obviously the main stream. For some reason, Sonic 4 Episode 1 did remarkably well when I streamed it. At least by, like, my standards. Like, that stream, it had a high retention, really big audience. Like, I don't know what it was, man. People just really like Sonic 4 now? Because last I checked, that was, like, the least popular of the Sonic games. Everyone hated that game. Especially in a post-Mania world. But, like, man, when I streamed it, people watched it, and I was very, very confused. I mean, it's unlisted now because it's an older stream, so it's in the playlist. But it's still getting views in the playlist. It's really weird. The playlist itself doesn't get views at all, but that particular video still does. I don't know what the deal is with it. Must be in another playlist. I haven't checked. I love this song. It's so good. I just don't like the level. But that's okay. Let's see if we can get Special Stage 7 done and become Supersonic. It would help if I got the Chaos Emerald. Or the Special Ring, rather. I hate this jump so much because if you screw it up, you die. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, we'll either get it or we'll really fail at it. And it'll be, like, embarrassingly bad. I'm guessing the latter, but, you know. I don't know what I know. I don't know what you know, but you know something. At least I hope you know something. Tends to help. Let's see. The special stage is usually really short. You can usually get it in like one cycle. Just because everything is so well presented to you, there's just not a whole lot in ways of barriers keeping you from falling off. You're expected to be able to navigate Sonic by now, but like you can navigate Sonic by now, and most of the tricky parts still do have barriers. So like I don't know. I just don't find this to be a particularly difficult special stage. I think it's easier than Special Stage 5. I don't know why Special Stage 5 really got to me for a long time, but like that was it. There we go. We got Supersonic. Like it's like one of the easiest ones. I don't know if they toned down the difficulty in special stages with Mania Plus or what, but I swear it got easier. But there we go. Supersonic. We can now press the Y button and turn yellow. That's exciting. I don't know if I have 50 rings or not, but if we do, we can go Supersonic. I don't have 50 rings, so we can't. I don't know if I'm going to get 50 rings in the stage either. I really doubt it. There's not really anywhere that gives you a ton of rings. And then we're launched up to the boss fight, which I still don't know the timing on this boss. I swear it's like the worst one. Please give me thing to fight. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what the timing is to hit this guy. I swear, it's so weird. Like, I got him that time. And there was no way I could have hit him that time. Yeah, I don't know why this fight is, like, so confuzzling to me, because I don't hear anyone else struggle with it. But then there's me, and I'm like, ugh. Spend like an hour on this boss and still get nowhere with it. Obviously, that's an easy hit to get. Hit or two, like I just did there. Oh, he's going from the other side now. Thank you. Oh, look, he's blessing us with all these easy hits. Wow, what a good caterpillar. What a nice, friendly creature. I guess creature's kind of an overstatement because he's not a creature. Yes, land on the top hat of whatever this stupid hard-boiled heavy's name is. I forgot what they were called. That's one thing that's a little underutilized. These guys are like, they're like Deadly 6 level of just like underdeveloped boss characters. But hey, you know, Fang or Knack or whatever you want to call him. I'd say not Knack because it just makes me think of Knack for PS4. But now we use that good old spin dash. We can become Supersonic, which will probably happen in this level. I don't know. I might use Supersonic because, again, he makes the game really easy, and I like the game being easy because I'm tired. Well, I don't think I have any classes tomorrow, which is nice. Hey, look, we're Supersonic. This is also my favorite Supersonic theme in the whole series. Previously would have gone to... I really liked it in Lost World. And Sonic 4 Episode 1 had a pretty good Supersonic theme. It was just a little short. But, like, Supersonic kind of does break this game. Even more so than normal, almost, because the drop dash gets such a buff. Just one piano note. I don't know why this is where they chose to stick the pinball elements. I'm not complaining, but even, like, the first time I played this in LA, I was like, huh? Man, that's something I want to do again. I'd love to go back to E3. It's not going to happen anytime soon, because, man, that was expensive, but it is a thing I'll do. Probably, like, 2 or 3 years from now, maybe. Like, 2 or 3 years meaning, like, not E3 2019, but, like, E3 2021 or 22. That'd be nice. It's just not something I can possibly prioritize. There are so many other conventions and events I want to get to instead. Too bad Sonic Fan Jam, I think, ended, because I was actually thinking about going to that. But now I can't. Alright, welcome back, Shiny. We got Supersonic. It was very effortless because Special Stage 7's a joke. So, that was nice. We're just going to obliterate this stupid heavy boy because the hard-boiled heavies are very easy to fight. Even Heavy King is pretty easy. Although you don't really fight him until the very end of the game. Even then, not as other characters unless you're playing Encore mode. Or using debug mode, I guess. Plus they changed that with the Plus DLC, because again, I'm not completely sure. Gotta get that good Sonic the Fighters reference in there, though. And I am happy that's a thing. Because I like Sonic the Fighters. That is one that I'm gonna do a, probably do a stream of the whole thing, honestly. I don't know when that'll be. That won't be for a while, but that'll be funny as hell. I can't wait to do Sonic the Fighters. And Sonic's blasting off again. All the way to the worst level in Sonic 2. And maybe in this game too. This is where I thought we were going to get Supersonic, so we got him a little earlier than I expected because I forgot about the Act 1 Mirage Saloon special stage until we got there, and I was like, oh yeah, I could just do this one. So that's nice. And this is still the only Sonic game where I consistently get Supersonic when I play, just because it's like the only one where it's easy. Oh, make no mistake, Mason. Sonic the Fighters is bad. It's just really funny because it's really bad, and bad games are hilarious. Unless they're frustrating and boring. That's whenever I stop enjoying them. Like, I don't think playing, say, Sonic and the Secret Rings is very funny because it's functional. It's just not fun or interesting. Well, it's not completely functional because the controls are broken, but they're not broken in like a Sonic 06 way where you can laugh at how broken they are because they're broken in such a way you can do strange things. They weren't broken in a way that, like, how the hell do you get off grind rails in Sonic and the Secret Rings? No one knows. No one really knows, and if they say they know, they might, but, you know, they're not me. But yeah, Sonic the Fighters is not typically a liked game. It's just a funny one. Although I do like things about it. Like, I really like the character models because they're so low poly, but they're so charming and very, very expressive. Like, for what they are, they look great. It's just, you know, what they are is what they are. They're super low poly character models from a 90s fighting game. So, it doesn't really matter how expressive they are. It's still going to be janky and weird. I like it better than Sonic Battle, but only because I haven't really played Sonic Battle. Like, I don't own it. I emulated it and I beat it, so I guess I have played it. But I mean, Smash is still like my definitive fighting series, but I'm not good at Smash either. I'm terrible at it. But like, even then, like, I do play other fighting games, you know. I love a good game of Street Fighter. Doesn't mean I'll win, because very rarely will I, but man, I love it. To me, arcade fighters like Street Fighter and stuff are best played with a fight stick. But it doesn't mean that I'm good with a fight stick. I'm actually worked with a fight stick they name with a gamepad, but it's more fun to play with them, so I do. Oh, good. I hate whenever he actually uses his attack. Hey, look, we can, since it always spawns Sonic dead center of the stage here, and the signpost comes down dead center, you can infinitely jump at it. Well, I'm a Smash Brothers fan. I own all the games and, you know, play them all pretty extensively. It just doesn't mean I'm good at it. Yeah, since this spawns you dead center and it spawns this dead center, you can always get it infinitely, but we didn't because it's boring. And I just want Ultimate to come out, but I don't think my GameStop's doing a midnight release, which would kind of make the midnight stream impossible. But I'll then be doing the stream Friday night. It'd be after work. It wouldn't be, like, early. It'd be a late one. Probably not even till, like, 10, 10:30, 11, that ballpark. Would be an all-night stream with my friend Tears Life, so if you guys like Smash, that'll be a thing. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow night, though. I have to call my GameStop back and be like, hey, are you doing a midnight release yet? Because they said no, but, like, I want them to be a lie because I really want to play Ultimate soon. And I work at a game store, and I was going to see if I could convince them to let me pick up a copy early and then stream that at midnight. But they were like, nah, we're getting it launch day. So I'm just going to get it at GameStop instead. It would have been cheaper at work, but GameStop would get a poster, so, you know. It's a piece of shit poster. It's just the Smash Brothers logo as a, like, PNG crudely applied over a screenshot of Final Destination. It looks super dumb, but, you know. My Brawl poster got all ripped, and I never got a Smash Wii U poster. I don't know why. I never had one. So I would like some Smash Brothers representation in the ye old room, which would be my room, not yours, so ye is inaccurate. But, yeah, I can't wait for that game. It's going to be so good. Again, not one I'll even play, like, a ton of. I will for, like, the first month and a half that it's out. And then after that, I'll be like, all right, well, I'm going to play other things now. And then, like, I'll play it when all the DLC's out, because I'll get all the DLC, obviously. And then, although I didn't for Wii U. I did not get all the Smash Wii U and 3DS DLC. Because I just didn't play the game enough to warrant it. Even though it's my favorite Smash game mechanically, there's no single player to it. So when all my friends left and went away, I was like, well, you know, we still play it whenever everyone's around. But, like, that doesn't happen super often. I'm going to get Ultimate and all of its DLC because all my friends have Switches. They didn't have Wii U's. Some did, but not all of them. I own many posters. I just don't have most of them hung up. Because you've seen the ones in my video backdrop. It's, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces. Those are my E3 posters, which is why they're backdrop. Sonic Forces is going to be moved. I'm not going to permanently have 2 Sonic Forces as the back, or 2 Sonic posters in the background. I'm keeping the poster up somewhere. It's just not going to be there anymore. I just haven't picked which poster is going to replace it. And then I have the, map of Skyrim next to Forces. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but I love Elder Scrolls, so I have a Skyrim map. One of the several that I own, but it's the nice one, because I have one that's like a nice textured cloth feeling one that came as a pre-order bonus for like launch night releases of Skyrim, and then there's like the generic one that came with all the later releases, and I have both because I have, you know, 8,000 copies of Skyrim because of how many times it's been released. I was hoping to have Supersonic for this fight, so that's kind of a bitch. I don't like this fight. No one likes this fight, to be fair. This is the worst part of Sonic Mania. Like, honestly, I hate this boss fight. It's like the only part I game overed on, like, consistently when I first played the game. Because, I mean, Mania is not super easy. I game overed a few times playing it the first time, but this fight was, like, constant. Not this part where you're just doing the Oil Ocean thing. I didn't mind that. But the actual fight itself is terrible. Aw, man, I could have killed him there if I would have just kept bouncing. Oh, we don't have any rings. That's great. But, I have those, and then I have a Mario Galaxy poster, behind me, on my closet door, which will be present in the background of, I guess everything I do with a webcam, which will be starting after Christmas, because it's behind me, so it might be present, it might not be, because I might actually, like, kind of make it so you can't really see far behind me. Like, I might angle it in a way that I have my black curtains as a backdrop behind me. I haven't decided how I'm handling that yet, but, that'll be a thing. And then aside from that, I have a Paper Mario sticker star, set of, like, poster sticker things, like wall decals on my wall. Never played it. Heard it's terrible. Don't even like Paper Mario that much. I've only played the first one in Super Paper Mario, and I like both of those games a lot. I just haven't played a ton of Paper Mario. Something against the games. I just haven't played them yet. And, again, except for 1 and 3, which I like both of, to be fair. But, like, yeah, I don't have any, This is a great song, yeah. Lava Roof's one of my favorite levels in Mania, which is funny because it's not in 3 and Knuckles. And again, I think everything is one of my favorite levels in Mania. Oil Ocean's my least favorite, but even then, it's still good. But yeah, no, I have a Twilight Princess poster behind my bed because I love Twilight Princess. And then my room's gonna have a little Pac-Man, like, monument kind of deal going on because I have, I'm getting a Pac-Man arcade 1-up machine in my room. I already own it. It's downstairs, but I'm not allowed to have it till Christmas because that's how presents work and stuff. Which I'm A-okay with because I just can't wait to have that thing. But I'm gonna have, like, a bunch of Pac-Man stuff all over that area because I love Pac-Man, you know. If you didn't guess from the logo and the fact that I talk about Pac-Man a lot. Which, it's weird because, like, Pac-Man itself is not an underrated series, but Pac-Man, like, Pac-Man as a game is not underrated, but as a series it kind of is. Couldn't beat Mystic Cave Zone. Mystic Cave Zone actually I found really hard as a kid too, honestly. You're not alone on that one. I like the music, so we're gonna hold off on going super. I wish there was a way to disable the Supersonic icon. I get why it's there, but like I know I can turn into Supersonic, but I don't think there's an option for it. I can't check. There's no options menu here. Okay, I didn't want to lose Supersonic, so we're just gonna use them. We're almost at the boss anyway. I wanted to keep listening to the music, but, like, you know, it's whatever. No, I want to go down. Down, Supersonic. Down. Yeah, there you go. You know the direction that isn't up? I love Fleetway, Sonic the Comic, evil Supersonic. He's so funny. Just because he's so ludicrous. Like, I love the idea of Supersonic for no reason being an evil, like, hateful being. I don't know if it's a reference. I think it might be a Dragon Ball reference. I don't know. I've never watched Dragon Ball because I'm a loser. But, or maybe because I'm not a loser. That's up to everyone else. But, in any case, that song's super applicable to Supersonic, actually. No, Sonic, go up. The other direction that isn't down? How come you can't figure these things out, boy? I do love the use of the hilltop dinosaurs. They're funny. I kind of want to do a stream of Sonic 1 almost remastered. That's the, we looked at it for the hacking contest. It was it was the remake of Sonic 1 in the Sonic Mania engine. But if I did, I'd want to do it in a different character. Like, I wouldn't want to do it as Sonic because you can already play Sonic 1 as Sonic. I've already done it on the channel, and I'll do it multiple times again, I'm sure. We can't hurt him yet, except for letting him hurt himself on the lava, but as Super Sonic, just stand under him, and it's very easy. Sonic X as a whole is awesome. It's such a funny show. I haven't watched that in forever. I really should watch it again. I like Sonic X. I didn't much like Chris Thorndike, though. Like, I remember as a kid, I was bitter about Chris Thorndike. I was like, how dare you? Sonic X has Chris Thorndike. It's garbage. But I still watched it all the time. And as time goes on, like, it's not my favorite Sonic cartoon. That would go to Sad AM, then Sonic Boom, then X, then AOSTH, then Underground. Like, the order's pretty easy and definitive for me. But, like, which episode's episode 14? I don't remember. I remember as a kid being, like, amazed, though, by the fact that they did adventure adaptations. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then I found out in Japan they actually use the appropriate music tracks, and you got no. Ah, god damn it. But I remember being super impressed that the Japanese version had Open Your Heart and Live and Learn. Because again, I really like the adventure games music, so it was pretty neat for me as a child to be like, hey, those are in the show I watched, even though like they weren't in the version I watched. I actually like Sonic X's music a lot. Like the episode of Sonic X that sticks with me most is the one with the Boom Boos, where they like, I haven't watched the full show in years, like, so excuse me if I get details wrong, which is very likely, but they go to the mansion, like, because Chris's mom is doing a movie or whatever, because she's an actress, because for some reason he's rich, and they end up having the mansion be haunted, and also she's convinced that Tails is wearing a costume, which is pretty pointless, but she they meet the Boom Boos, and then they possess Amy, so Amy's running around possessed, and they like capture Sonic. It's so strange. I remember I watched most of it. I think I've seen all of it over the years, but never like all in one stretch, because I could never sit through all of it, because I always get bored after like a few sagas at a clip. Again, it's not that it's bad, because for what it is, I think it's fine. But like, you know, for me, Sonic was about the games always. Yeah, Sonic Scream Test, that's the one. I also remember the one where he was on a cruise, and he was like horrified because it was on the water. And I was like, then why are you on the cruise, Sonic? And I know that was like the whole point of the episode, but and Amy was like, you'd better be like having fun on this cruise or I'll murder you with my hammer. Because that can summarize most of Sonic X, is like, hey, I'll murder you with a hammer if you don't do what I say. Which, to be fair, was Amy's personality in the games at the time, too. Super Sonic sprites here are funny. Anyway, be cool if you got Hypersonic in this game. I'm sure he's been modded in, but still, anyway. Yeah, no, there were some really fun episodes of Sonic X. I liked that show a lot as a kid. I wouldn't be happy if they did the Meta X at all. They annoyed the ever-living hell out of me. I thought they were super lame, because it's like, I don't want to get that special stage. Well, not special stage, but it would have been a special stage with Sonic 3. I got an achievement. I don't know what achievement it was. I just noticed the thing. I don't know, is the achievement thing showing up on the screen? It should, because they're just part of the window. So they should show up on screen. I don't know why they're enabled, because I thought I had them turned off, but that's okay. No, I have no idea where we are in the level. I'm just sort of going places, because this isn't the path I usually take, so I'm at a loss. This seems like the right direction, considering it's to the right. There's a dinosaur boy. Oh, crap. We're almost out of rings. That's not fun. It doesn't matter. We have a fire shield. Oh, no. Fire shield. Why? Why did I mention it? Ah. What's that achievement for? I have no idea what Without a Trace is for. Ugh. Good thing the actual music here is really good and makes it losing Supersonic completely justified. Again, it wasn't intentional. I just ran out of rings, but, you know, that's okay. Now maybe we'll actually get places where we're supposed to be, because I'll not just be drop dashing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and we'll actually go the correct direction through the stage. Yeah, I don't know what that thing was for. Sonic Battle was indeed kind of in Sonic X, but it was like different and weird. God, stop spawning enemies at me. I do appreciate the Quartz Quadrant treadmills. I like Quartz Quadrant Zone quite a lot. I think it's a fun level. Wouldn't it have been funny if you had to fight Knuckles here? Like, even as Knuckles, you have to fight Knuckles. The boss fight that's here is cool because of the reference and to the ROM hacker who died and stuff, which... Well, thanks for stopping by, Sin. The view is appreciated. And the comment, actually, because these do count as comments, I found out. I was confused because I was like, I have 400 video views, but 3,026 comments this month? And then I was like, oh, I didn't know stream chat counted as comments. But it does, so. Sonic the OVA as a game. That would be weird. I'd be into it. I mean, elements of it are kind of in 06, because Sarah or whatever is basically Elise with a tail. And ears, except you don't see her. You don't get to see Metal Sonic getting kicked in the face from seeing her panties. But that's for the best, I think, because that was weird. Plus, then you get to see Sonic scream, "Shut up, Tails!" I'd only be into it if it had the correct voice cast from the actual game, because they were funny, or from the OVA rather. They were hilarious. Man, Sonic looks so incredibly chipper at the end of these stages, doesn't he? He couldn't be happier. He's thrilled. Then he just looks at the death egg and is like, cool. Which I think it's supposed to be the death egg. It's a death egg-esque thing, but at least a metallic madness, so maybe it's not the death egg, and I'm wrong. I don't know. The story of Sonic 06 could use edits. My favorite video still of like classic Sonic YouTube is don't touch it, because I thought that was really funny when I was in middle school. It was just that the line "don't touch it," but remixed into you know, can't touch this, and I was like, hell yeah, because you know, back then that was like the funniest thing on YouTube to me, because I don't know, my taste in entertainment evolved. I still think that's funny. I still put that video on from time to time, but like, it doesn't have quite the appeal that it did, to say the least. I hate the bombs so much. I just wish you could actually kill them. You can't. They kill themselves, I get it, but they're annoying in Lost World as well, because they show up in that game, and they do essentially the exact same thing. But again, they are just so incredibly annoying. No, disappearing block, come back. Some Mega Man shit. God. Oh, geez, I thought we were going to die there, but we didn't, which is pretty fortuitous, I would say. Could just say fortunate like a normal person, but I want it to sound smarter than I am, god damn it. Sounding mildly intelligent is funny. No, why'd you drop dash down the thing, Sonic? Drop dash up. Or just let the springs carry you like you're supposed to do. That also works. God, I really, really don't like those guys. Like, I swear, the bomb enemies are the worst enemies. I hate them so much. They make Starlight Zone a nightmare. They make parts of Lost World kind of a nightmare. Although, I only remember them showing up in, like 2 levels in Lost World, so I guess they aren't that bad in that game. Yeah. I guess we have to take this route. I love watching Sonic in the background. That's so cool. Hey, look, we're Supersonic. Just in time for the boss. Which made me laugh out loud the first time I got to it, because what a fall from grace for Sonic 1 Eggman. But I don't want a soft lock Encore mode. Well, you can tell me how. I mean, obviously we're not playing Encore mode anyway, but why would anyone want to do that? Ooh, we died there because I'm foolish. Or more because Supersonic goes really fast and he's super slippery to control. In Sonic 1, oh, I wanted to get rings. I guess we won't need them anyway, because this fight's usually one-hit kill. I mean, not completely, but I remember in Sonic 1, I actually accidentally did the thing where he becomes like, okay, whatever, we can get rings this time. I accidentally did the thing where he becomes like near invincible and you have to hit him like 200 times or whatever to kill him. If you hit him after his final hit, he'll gain like 200 hit points. And Eggman, I mean, not Sonic. Sonic gaining hit points would be hilarious, but you know, in the sense he doesn't have any because he just has rings and shields. But I remember doing that by accident as a kid, and I was livid. I thought the final boss was just broken, and then I died, and then I tried it again. It was really easy, and I was like, huh, strange. I still think this fight's such an anticlimax in Sonic 1. Like, it's easier here with the spin dash, granted. You can just do that and then get hit because you're stupid. But usually you can dodge that really easily. But I think I rolled into him, and it just hit him twice when I did it, and it freezes up the game. It's not a soft lock, because if you have lives, you can still continue. But I was so angry about that. I do like the fact that Eggman's pattern is, like, easy to identify here because it makes this whole final phase not an issue at all. Why is the middle piston, like, the only one that's going? It's really weird. As I say that, it doesn't go at all that round. Oh, but it was going to. You guys see that? It shook. It was gonna move. So, you know, I'm not stupid and wrong. I'm just wrong and stupid. I mean, when I get a webcam, I'm gonna have to change my posture because I lean so far away from my computer. Like, I just really get chill in the chair. And I'm still gonna get chill in the chair whenever I'm streaming with a webcam, but not nearly as much. But I don't know how often I'm gonna use the webcam. It'll either be like every stream or super uncommon. I haven't decided yet. It's up to what audience likes. Now, at least the hard locks are on Angel Island, though. That's pleasant. Wish you got to do Angel Island as an actual level. That would have been cool. I like Angel Island Zone a lot. It is my favorite of the generic Green Hill levels of the classic era. Although I like Emerald Hill quite a lot, too, to be fair. I thought you could go to the right there, but I guess we gotta go here. Lame. I love Tiny Sonic. He's funny. He was similarly funny in the classic Sonic CD stage that did the same thing as this, actually. I mean, given that this is a remake of that level, it would make sense. And every time I play this, I want to play Sonic CD, and then I actually start a game of Sonic CD, and I'm like, now I want to play Mania instead, because I like Sonic CD, but man, I don't love it. I almost do. There are things about it that I really, really like, but then there's a whole lot that I don't. Does he, like, come at me the same angle every time? He does. That's hilarious. In Sonic Forces, these are mildly automated so that when you roll on them, you just immediately pick up all that speed instead of gradually building it over like a couple seconds, and it's kind of annoying. AKA, Sonic Forces does something that annoys me, which could be the story of this channel at this point. Yay, Tiny Supersonic. He is slightly different because he is yellow now. And also an all-powerful godlike being, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't realize he doesn't have his supersonic speedy animation whenever you're tiny. He just zips on by like a normal person. I'm pretty sure it was Sonic 4 Episode 2 where Supersonic did double damage to bosses, so if you use them, it just broke the game. But there's an achievement for it, so you kind of wanted to use them. You would get an achievement for beating the game. For doing everything with Supersonic. And back in the 360 days, I didn't care about achievements at all, but I did for Sonic games, except for 06 and Unleashed. So basically just Sonic 4 and Generations, actually. Wish they'd add Sonic 06 to Xbox One backward compatibility. It'll never happen, but if they did that and they gave it the Xbox One X enhancement, which actually does affect games even if they're not running on the Xbox One X, because it fixes their frame rates and stuff, that'd be so good. It's never going to happen because no one likes the game, but, well, some people like the game, but it's not a common opinion. Most people hate Sonic 06. Which I don't think is completely fair to it, because it shouldn't be regarded as a good game, but I do think it's one that's contributed at least, if not a ton. Like, it's contributed in the sense that it led to some really good stuff later. I don't know. Maybe that's not fair, actually. Maybe you can't judge a game based on what its faults created, because if not for 06, we wouldn't have the boost games, because Unleashed was made, like, in direct response to what everyone hated about 06. I still don't know what they were thinking with Lost World. That's still the weirdest shift to me. Like, 06, it's a weird game, but when you actually break it down and analyze it, it's just Sonic Adventure gone wrong. It's very simple. You know? Like, and it has enough strong elements that you can really conclusively say, yeah, here's what they were going for, even if it didn't work. In Lost World, I don't think it failed in its execution. I really like Lost World. But why the hell were they like, yeah, we have a very successful, popular formula. Let's completely abandon it. Which is something I'm not really going to discuss in the review. Like, I'll mention it, and I'll talk about it, and I'll probably make a joke out of it or something. But, like, you know, it's going to be 2 videos about Lost World. You know, it's not going to be about the history leading up to it. Whereas, you know, here I'm going to just say, it's such a weird move to say, okay, like, okay, they went from 06 to Unleashed, which is, while fundamentally similar, because the boost formula I do view as an evolution of the adventure gameplay, it is distinctly different. But they did that because the adventure gameplay was kind of sullied by 06 to a lot of people. It made sense, you know? The Shadow and 06 basically played like the adventure games, but a little different. And they weren't great, and people didn't like them. So, yeah, I get doing something completely radically different, while keeping the foundation basically there. It's what they did, and they did it well, and it made sense. But then Lost World's like, okay, people really like Colors and Generations, and they're 2 of the best received games in the franchise. How do we proceed? I know. Let's completely abandon every single thing that people praise about those games and make this weird mishmash formula out of several different Sonic gameplay styles. And I'm like, okay? And then they were like, okay, let's abandon that now and do Forces, which is just much worse modern Sonic. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, that I at least get, because it's clearly built off of Forces, or off of Lost World, but why was Lost World the way it was in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. It's so odd. Well, when I say Lost World's good, I am referring to the Wii U version as well. I just want that noted. I don't think the 3DS version's good. I don't like the 3DS version of Lost World very much. I don't hate it, but I do think it's a piece of shit game, kind of. Like, I would definitely call it, like, I made a big deal about Forces not being one of the bad Sonic games. It's not one of the good ones, but it's a totally acceptably average game. No, I would rank Lost World 3DS way lower than that. I know plenty of people probably disagree and say, no, it's a very solid 3D platformer for the system. I'm like, on the surface. For the first 2 zones it is. And it just rapidly goes downhill. Which, again, isn't, like... No, I was going to say it's not the fault of the game. No, it is the fault of the game. The game being bad is very much the fault of the game. But, it's not, like, such an awful game that I don't understand what they were going for. Because it's actually a lot closer to the adventure games than, the Wii U version is. I think I understand the 3DS version a lot more. Makes more sense as a product. It's just not a fun game. Only because it's so boring at times. Didn't have all the weird, boring lulls, it would be a lot better. Sure, when I'm Supersonic and I can just jump really high and always hit the boss, then I get the really good RNG with the elevator action, but normally I'm always getting the down arrows or the up arrows rather, where you cannot hit him, and it sucks. I don't think there's any way to keep Sonic off the ground long enough to not get the bonus or the victory animation. You can do that as other characters, other than Mighty. Mighty also can't like avoid it, but if you glide around as Ray and Knuckles, or if you fly as Tails, you will, if you choose to, avoid the little victory dance, which I like to do because it's funny and interesting, because it's not what the designers intended. We just better get a Mania 2. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure we will, but I hope Sega doesn't look at Mania 1 success and say, okay, what we need is more Chemical Plant. Like, I'm hoping they're like, yeah, people really liked everything that wasn't from Sonic 1, 2, and 3 in CD. Let's do more of that. Let's do more new stuff, and they let the developers do their own thing, rather than just say, hey, yeah, cool, do Green Hill Chemical Plant and the same levels over and over. Not even that they were badly done, because again, I don't think they were. I think all the levels are actually better than their Genesis counterparts for the most part, but I just didn't want to play them again, because I own them. I could just play the original games in that case. We didn't need another best hits Sonic game. Generations already exists. It serves the exact same function that this game ended up serving. It was lame. It's the only thing that holds Sonic Mania back from absolute mastery, I think. And it doesn't really hold it back, actually. It pulls it off. But it doesn't pull it off because of that. It pulls it off despite that. Which isn't a good thing. But the lack of originality, I think, is kind of a stain on Mania. It's a stain on the series as a whole, actually, because so many of the Sonic games that I'm going to be doing are going to be just, yeah, look what we did again. Like, I kind of get it. Sometimes, again, Generations, I don't have an issue with it at all. Thought it was fine in that game. Don't really mind it in, like, the advanced games kind of do it, but, you know, I get it there because they were handheld and they were semi-spin-offs, and even then they do enough original that I don't mind some repetition, because at least it's kind of original and the art style is different, and I get that. But, like, it's still a little too samey. Like, even the advanced games, that's not a common opinion. I don't really hear people complain about them doing it, but they totally do. Sonic 4 obviously did it very badly. I don't know, it's just something that a lot of Sonic games seem to have as a bad habit, and in general, I'm just not a fan of that in my Sonic the Hedgehog. I like original level designs. Part of why I like Sonic Heroes so much. The gameplay is fantastic, kind of, at times, but a lot of the time it's also not so fantastic. And I'm wondering, why do I like this game so much? And then I'm just looking at the graphics, I'm listening to the music, and I'm going fast in completely new areas, and I'm like, not completely new anymore because the game's old, but at the time, original levels, and I'm like, yeah, I get this. And it still felt classic. So it's not like, oh yeah, but it didn't have that classic Sonic feel. Oh, it sure as hell did. They did it perfectly, and god damn, this is hard as Supersonic. No, they did it pretty much perfectly in that game. I think Colors was good for that. I think Unleashed was good for that. I think even 06 had enough originality, even though it was kind of a Sonic Adventure 1 ripoff. It still did more original than like Forces or Generations, again, Generations has an excuse, but it gets a little more annoying whenever you have games like Mania that are, you know, on par with it, but doing the same exact things, including some of the same levels, and I'm like, ugh. And again, to Force's credit, oh god, I died. To Force's credit, at least the music's different in Forces. It's not different in this game though. Like, it's different in the sense that it's a T-Lopes remix, which is always a great thing. And some of these levels are awesome, like Chemical Plant Act 2. Oh my god, Chemical Plant Act 2 in this game is so good. It's still just more Chemical Plant, you know? I don't think it bothered me as much until Forces came out, like immediately after, and had 3 reused levels, and I was like, ugh. It was already an issue I had, starting with Lost World's release. Lost World was where it started to annoy me. And Forces is the game that cemented it in my mind as like an absolute like problem in the franchise, and one that I will be very happy if and when it's fixed. I wouldn't be surprised if it kept being a thing though. If Sega's like, no, we gotta play it safe because every time we try something new, it sucks. And I'm like, only kind of, because you have tried plenty of new stuff. Everything that this game does new is fantastic. But then you get the and I know this is it's beating a dead horse because everyone talks about it. So I guess I should just end the rant soon, but like, it really does. Like, as a longtime fan of the series, it is disappointing to see these same levels over and over. And it's the thing that holds Mania back, because like this, Titanic Monarch's a great level. At least I think. I know other people don't like it so much, but I really do. And I mean, it's kind of similar to that one level from well, I want to get rings because I want to be Supersonic. God damn, how do you get rings here? Jesus, how do you get back there? I guess we just don't. But it reminds me of the one level from 3D Blast, so I guess it's not completely original, but like, it is though. And if it's not, because you can make an argument, yeah, it's like that one level from 3D Blast, but you built the robot. Fine. Who the hell cares about the final level of 3D Blast? I mean, if you're gonna reuse a concept, reuse one like I didn't even think about that until just now. So if that is a reference to it, it's the right kind, because I had to think about it. And it's just something that I think the Sonic games are really struggling with. Even like Lost World, which is the game that I'm kind of having on my mind right now, because again, starting production of the video for that probably like week after next, and because I'm going to do the Mega Man 11 review next, but that won't take long. And you know, after that, we're just going to get right into Lost World, and you know, I like the game a lot, but it's I think the closest thing to original the series has been for a while, which is bad because Windy Hill, okay, Desert Ruins, okay, whatever the winter level area was called, which was just Chemical Plant and Oil Ocean, basically, which was kind of weird, but whatever. You know, it's a whole lot of like generic. It's either generic or it's repetitious, and you know, neither one of those things are exactly what I want to see, especially out of Sonic, where, to me, part of the appeal of Sonic is the weird, original, strange shit that he does. The levels he goes through are not super traditional platforming stage tropes. And that's just something a lot of the games get wrong. And even then, yeah, sure, the ones that you go through in this game aren't very traditional, but, like, I also went through them in Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic CD. If you've played all the games, you've played most of Mania, and that's a bad thing, because otherwise, I think Mania is good. I think it does everything better than the other games. I still think this is the best of the 2D Sonic games overall. But, like, that will never not annoy me. I do like this boss fight. I didn't like it the first time I played the game, but I like it now. Wow, I've never hit him that many times at once. Usually this fight's much more of a struggle. Kind of annihilating him, jeez. Okay. I mean, we're not exactly done yet, because, you know, even after we beat him, we've still got more to do. Wonder if you can just dodge the hands outright and not have to go into one of these little mini things. I don't know. I don't really care either. I think we will lose Supersonic. We don't actually have to hit this guy at all, but we can, so why don't we? Yeah, we're going to lose Supersonic for sure. Then we'll have no rings, and then I'll probably die because I'm incompetent, but that's okay. I think we only have to hit him 1 or 2 more times, actually. Like, he's almost dead. Oh, God. Well, that was ridiculously uncomfortably close. Okay, it was 3 more times. Well, that was easy. But we're going to be going to the final boss, which is nice, because I don't think I've streamed the final boss yet. I mean, I fought him a bunch of times, but I've never actually streamed it. And this leads directly into the end of Sonic Forces, so it's relevant. Haha. It's not relevant to anything I'd want it to be relevant to, but it's relevant, all right. Again, I don't hate Forces, but man, it's easy to make fun of because it's not super good. I like this, though. I thought this was really cool the first time. I like this boss fight in general because being able to switch from being on the ground to in the air is neat. I don't completely understand how to fight this fight, though. Like, I never know if I'm hitting him or not. I don't like the fact that Supersonic can get hurt, too. I never like anything where Supersonic can be injured. Because to me, it makes a lot more sense for him not to be able to be injured. I like the fact that you can fly and it has free flying controls, but you're always better off staying on the ground. So it's kind of pointless to fly. If you just stay on the ground and jump into him, you're going to hit him. Whereas if you fly around, you may not. So where's the Heavy King? There he is. Yeah, I don't like the fact that he can actually hurt you, though. You also have a dash move that no one ever uses because it sucks. Maybe it's actually great, and I'm just really not good at Sonic Mania, but as far as I know, it's the most useless thing ever. It just drains a bunch of your rings that you need to live throughout the boss fight. Because you'll die in, I guess, this alternate Phantom Ruby virtual reality dimension, because that's what it is, apparently. I do love this track, though. It's really good. Because it actually has hits of Fist Bump in it. Which I mean, it's partially a remix of Fist Bump, actually. It's more accurate. Like, Fist Bump is heavily present throughout this. And I like Fist Bump because I like cheesy, stupid vocal Sonic themes. I think they're funny and good and entertaining and awfully fitting. But I really like the fact that it's in here because it makes sense because they kind of have the Mania theme in Forces. It shows up in one cutscene for like 2 seconds and that's it. But still, it's there. Come back, Eggman. I hope we don't run out of rings, because we actually are running kind of lower than I'd like to. Oh, there he is. Hello, Eggman. Can one of them be dead soon, please? Because I'm running low on the rings. Because I keep getting hit. Again, it's really easy to dodge everything if you just stay on the ground, because it's just like dodging stuff more traditionally than with these flying controls. Ugh, I say as I get hit. We still don't actually know what the Phantom Ruby is, because Eggman didn't build it. He perfected it, or whatever. He, like, built technology around it. But, he did say that he found the Phantom Ruby in Forces, so... Like, the hell is it? And in this game, he clearly didn't build it, because they show it being discovered, so... Does anyone actually know what the Phantom Ruby is? Other than it creates virtual reality worlds. Hey, look, we beat the fight. We didn't die. Yay. Like, I don't think anyone knows what it is. Oh, Supersonic was real glitched up there for a second. I don't know if everyone saw that, but he was, confused, boy. And now we're going to go into Sonic Forces, but I'm not going to stream Sonic Forces tonight, because I don't want to do that. I don't think anyone wants to see me do that either, quite frankly. But yeah, that was, yeah, this is the first time I've actually beaten Sonic Forces on PC. Because, again, I only have it for the sake of, A, streaming, B, mods and streaming mods, you know, makes sense. But oh, look at Tails. He is a surprise Pikachu. Now he's a happy Pikachu, and Knuckles is a surprise Pikachu. Is Sonic dead? No, he's in Mania, or in Forces, but he may as well have been dead. He even strikes his Sonic Forces trailer pose, which is a dope little reference. But yeah, that was Sonic Mania. That's one of my favorite Sonic games, and we just beat it. And that was a good way to spend 2 hours of my time, I think. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, that's what the subscribe button's for. Because I stream Sonic stuff every week. And I'm doing a lot of Sonic content in general in 2019. I'm making content in general. In 2019, 2018 was a lot of wanting to make content and not having time to. But that's not the case now. Not that not that I have any more time. I really don't. But I do have more of a grasp on my schedule. So I can definitely be making more videos. So we're going to be doing a lot of Sonic content. Probably more than I want to admit, because I do love this franchise so dearly. Don't want to be a Sonic YouTuber, but basically going to be a Sonic YouTuber. We're going to be looking at other stuff as well. Next video will be this month sometime, hopefully in the next 2-week period of Mega Man 11. That shouldn't take long, honestly. I don't have a ton to say about it, but not accurate. I have plenty to say about it, but I can do it quickly, I can do it efficiently, and I can do it in a way that I think will be fun. So that'll be next, and then Christmas. that'll be fun. If it is not Christmas for you guys, if you're Jewish and watching, happy Hanukkah. I do believe that started either today or yesterday. I could be wrong, and if so, my actual sincerest apologies, but I'm fairly sure, so that's a thing. So happy holidays in general. I'm going to be saying that in all my streams. But yeah, I will see everyone later. I'm going to turn off my mic and let the credits roll. Bye. Kind of don't want to turn off the mic yet. I kind of want to chat. I'm going to want to chat with, so I'm just going to stare off into space and rant about Sonic Mania a little more, because I don't have, like, an attachment to this game, but I sure do enjoy it. Alex the Kid. Wow, that's creative. Yeah. I'll just skip to the end of the credits whenever I'm content. But, yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of Sonic Forces mod, or Sonic Mania mod streams and videos in the upcoming weeks, months, year. Year with a parentheses S parentheses, because that may continue past the year. I don't know yet. Next Sonic stream is either going to be a Mania mod, a Forces mod, or Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because I'm getting some expensive shit to make my Genesis footage look nice, and I want to test it out. It's for all my retro stuff, but Genesis, I also have HD Retrovision component cables that I haven't gotten to use yet. And I'd really like to, so that'll be next, probably. But aside from that, I am actually going to end the stream now. So thanks everyone who watched. If you enjoyed, subscribe. Although I'm pretty sure everyone who watched was subscribed. Regardless, I'll see everyone later. Bye.